Whoopsies. Sorry, I just got an email as soon as I pressed live. Oh, okay, that's nice. Hello, my gorgeous party people. My gorgeous party people. I haven't been live in a minute. I just got back from holiday. So we're gonna do a little live. As well as I have a few really, really cool announcements. If you have not been following me on my Instagram and my TikTok, specifically on stories, please go into the link in my bio and follow like all the socials, because it's literally like priceless. It's worth thousands, all the free information that I put out there. So, few announcements before we get going, and I'll mention it a couple times as people continue to jump on. First of all, if this is your first time seeing me live, introduce yourself, say hi, say hello, let me know where you're from, what you're manifesting, and how long you've been manifesting it. And we're just gonna dive in today. I have a general idea of what I wanna bring to the table and what I wanna talk about. And it is a slight extension of our present moment conversation, as well as some really cool announcements where I have a brand new love program that's come out called Call in the One. And it's a 30-day experience to become the woman or man that is loved, adored, and committed to. The person where you are able to attract in your perfect person, perfect relationship, perfect situation. And this is the quantum leaping love program of your dreams. Like, I have pages and pages and pages of information, education, techniques, all of my goody stuff lined up for this program. And I'm launching it at a really unheard of rate. Usually my programs range anywhere from $500 even up to $3,000. This is only $300 for 1 month with me in this group program, and it does include a Q&A. So I highly recommend, if you haven't secured your spot, to secure it before the price goes up to $500. Hello. Oh my goodness, I get to catch a Persis live. Yes, if you have any questions about your manifestation, if you have any questions about the law as a whole, if you want me to riff on something every now and then, hello, gorgeous Samantha, I take some suggestions and I kind of run on a tangent with it. Hi, Jake, long time no see. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm so happy to see you though. That makes me so happy that you're here. So if you have any questions about manifestation, anything that you're manifesting or desiring, drop it down. I have an idea though of where I want to go, and I genuinely feel like it's going to blow your mind. I'm going to give you a couple options though. Do we want to talk about how, if you haven't manifested in 90 days, you're potentially doing something, like you're potentially still hanging on to something that's throwing you off? Do we want to talk about how to quantum leap your identity utilizing the present moment? I have a lot of different ideas that I want to bring to the table to add as much value as possible for you guys. But if you have something specific, drop it down and let me know. Yes, please get these likes to 1K. Please, please, please. It's really, really helpful for me in this algorithm. And not to mention, like, I literally give you all the information in these lives as well as just on my page for free. So it's really helpful to get those likes to be able to push this message out to more and more people so more and more people can positively impact their lives. However, let's get going. I don't have any feedback yet. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to just mention for 2 seconds. TikTok is doing this weird thing, as well as Instagram, where if you're not like commenting or engaging or whatever, it starts to kind of take you away and give you to the people that you are engaging with. And a lot of times we engage with videos that are more clickbaity. And because my videos, like, if you know and you've seen me before, you know that people kind of just come here to literally sit and pull out a notebook and almost treat this like school. and like take mounds and mounds and pages of notes because I go so in depth. And I literally just tell you all the juicy details. However, that's really not good for my actual page, right? So please do continue to like, continue to comment, continue to engage. I know a lot of you just come here to literally hear me talk, but just hearing me talk is really not helpful for me. So please, 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 if you like what you hear and you enjoy the benefits that you receive from it, please do comment. Only because if you don't, you're just going to be taken to the clickbaity videos that don't actually have the deeper tricks and tips that I actually talk about on my page, and they don't, right? You want to be able to get the information to actually fundamentally change yourself. You don't want a clickbaity technique of how to get this in 0.3 seconds, right? That's actually not even factual, not even based in science, and doesn't even really work. And even if it works as a placebo. But as soon as you divert back to the old story, it completely crumbles. And that's because no part of your subconscious mind has actually changed, right? So the only way to get and maintain results is to actually change who you're being at a core level, right? At your core. And until that changes, nothing is really going to change. You're going to continue to live out the same 3 months of your life over and over and over again. I loved you since I bought your self-concept experience. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. I love the love that I'm getting. So I'm going to get a piece of paper because I feel like I want to draw today. But drop down any questions. Hello, gorgeous Eileen. Hello, my gorgeous party people that are saying hello. Judith, hello. Bonnie, Bono, Bon something. I love you. Please do tap, 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 and let's talk. Let's chat. Paper from the background, and if you hear people, please understand that we are cooking for a gum bar, and if you don't know what a gum bar is, you don't really need to, so don't worry about that. It's a charity event that we're cooking for, and we're excited. But we got a lot of noise in the background, so I apologize in advance. All right, a few things I want to talk about. Where do I want to begin also? I love how you guys also give me like no ammo of where to go. Like I asked, what do you guys want to talk about? And you're just like, hi. I'm like, I don't know where to go with these highs though. All right, let's talk about this then. Let's talk about what I thought would be originally the best. All right, let's see. Now, I don't want you to get intimidated by my artistry. In case you don't know my iconic line, I don't want you to get intimidated. I know, I'm just an artist. I mean, look at this. Have you ever seen anything so good? I know. I'm kind of an artist. All right, so here's what I want you. I should have made this smaller actually. Actually, you know what? I am gonna make it smaller. Actually, you know what? I am gonna make it smaller. Oopsies, there we go. Here we go. Let's do this one more time. So I want you to imagine that you, as an individual, the first thing, I should actually preface this by saying the first thing I want you to know, in case you don't already know about science and manifestation, is manifestation is literally factual. It's literally just the process of neuroscience and neuroplasticity, which is the art of creating a new neural pathway. So although a lot of us have been taught manifestation in a very woo-woo type of manner, and I don't have any problem with the woo-woo, once again, it's just that was never something that was able to actually positively impact or change my life in any manner whatsoever. And so for me, I don't know about you, but when I found manifestation, all I wanted to do was improve my life. Like I felt like that was the whole point, right? However, this whole write it down on a list, sleep with it under your pillow, release it to God, none of it worked. And it makes a lot of sense to me why it didn't, because I didn't actually find the limitations, the limiting beliefs within my subconscious mind and rewire new stories into my brain. So it makes a lot of logical limitations, the limiting beliefs within my subconscious mind and rewire new stories into my brain. So it makes a lot of logical sense to me, taking 110% accountability for my own situation, why my life was still miserable year after year after year after year. Because I didn't actually fundamentally rewire these beliefs into my subconscious mind. It was almost like same story, different day, but I was binge watching all the videos and doing all the things, but nothing was actually reaching the core of my being. My fundamental beliefs and assumptions weren't actually changing. So that's why my external reality wasn't changing for years. And if you're in a situation where you've been doing a lot of manifestation stuff for years and nothing's changing, there's only one reason why, and it's because you haven't actually healed the certain subconscious blockages at the root level. You may have even gotten results in the past, but they were quick to leave. The reason they were quick to leave is not because you're like a mess up. It's because you didn't actually change the core of who you were being. And when you were shown the opposite, you just kind of went back to the old story, which is the definition of forming conditional beliefs rather than beliefs that are unwavering. I'm talking story, which is the definition of forming conditional beliefs rather than beliefs that are unwavering. I'm talking about beliefs and yell in your face, you can't have this. You laugh at me. You laugh at me. You're like, that's cute, right? No one should be able to shake you. No one should be able to make you fumble the ball. Okay? I want you to, we have this saying in Bikram yoga where it goes, I want your knee, but we're not talking about a knee right now, to be solid, concrete, like a lamppost, locked, no shaking in your identity, no shaking in your belief system, solid concrete. Concrete is not movable. Concrete is not flexible. Concrete doesn't say, I'm going to have this belief on a good day when I see the evidence, but I'm going to completely drop my guard on a bad day when I don't see the evidence. Because if you can only remain convicted in your belief system and in your identity when life is good, you have missed the entire point of manifestation as a whole. You've missed the whole point, because life is often not going to be good until you change self. You can't be in a situation where, like in the case of the chicken or the egg, it's like you have to go first for life to show you evidence. And then you've got to be strong enough to hold that vibration as your reality starts to load. Okay, so I'm going to give you a real masterclass here, okay? So these are the two different versions of you, whether you're male or female. Okay, these are the two different versions of you. And I want you to imagine that these things here are magnets. Don't get intimidated by my artistry. Okay, don't get intimidated. I know, great. Now I want you to imagine, because this is actually just the truth, when it comes to humans, right? We all have an energy, an aura around us that actually projects a few feet outside of our body. Okay, what do I mean by an aura? Let me define it for you so there's no confusion. Let's say that me and you were getting ready to go and get brunch. Let's say we're like BFFs. We're going to go and get brunch together. And you're meeting me there. And I've actually already reached. I've kind of beat you there and I've gotten our table. And I'm just sitting down and I look like this. My posture slouched over. I look like depression. Like I just look like what depression is. I don't even say anything, and you come in and you sit down and you're flustered because you're running a little late, and I just look like this. What is the aura or energy that I'm giving off right now? Without even saying anything, without even doing anything. Depressed. I just look depressed. I just look sad. I just look maybe even heartbroken, right? Some people said annoyed. I was going for sad and depressed, but maybe it could be annoyed. But that was me going for sadness and depression. And so do you see how we can all exude an energy without even talking? That's our aura, right? That's the energy, that's the emotion we are emitting out. And if I was to sit here like this, my energy and my aura would be happy. So I want you to understand that when it comes to manifestation, we are always emitting an energy, an electromagnetic field, an aura based on our emotions. Now, emotions come from the heart space, okay? Emotions equal heart space. So however you dominantly feel is what gets projected out into the quantum field. It's what gets projected out into the quantum, okay? And then based on your dominant emotions, you are aligned to a particular parallel. Based on your dominant emotions, you are aligned to a particular parallel reality where that is what you're a match to. So if I'm emitting out depressed, I'm going to be aligned to the reality that is depressed. I want you to imagine all these doors as like windows in the quantum field. One is depressed, one's happy, one's miserable, one's lonely, one is feeling like I'm not good enough, one's feeling like I'm not chosen, one's feeling like money's hard to get. Our dominant emotions is our state, is the anchor of our state of being. Now, once you capture the emotion of how you're dominantly feeling on a day-to-day basis, your emotion, so if the emotion is depressed, it gets broken down to in certain dominant assumptions, right? So some of those assumptions might be, I'm depressed because money is less. Some of it might be my health, if I could spell, is bad. Some of it could be, I'm not enough. Some of it could be, I'm not a priority. So this is us, right? We emit into the quantum field based on our dominant emotions first. And this emotion represents depression, is what I just mentioned 5 seconds ago, right? And if you were to take the feeling of depression, we don't just feel depressed for the sake of feeling depressed. We feel depressed because we're having a particular thought, a belief, or a focus on something that's causing the emotion. So I want you to think of reverse engineering. Think of manifestation almost like a math equation. That's how I think of it. So if my dominant emotion is depressed, I'm not just feeling depressed for the sake of it, right? Because it's not exactly a feel-good feeling. I'm feeling that because I'm either focusing on something that's causing the actual feeling, I'm assuming something or expecting something, factual or not factual, that is causing the depression, or I actually just have a solid, rock-hard belief system that I've continued to feed based on my external reality that's causing me to be depressed. And because this is anchored in not only at an emotional level, but in an assumption, belief, and focus level, guess what happens? I get aligned to a particular parallel reality to play out whatever I'm focusing on, whatever I believe to be true, or whatever I'm assuming as my lived experience. Did I miss anybody so far? Is anyone confused by anything I've just said? Is anyone confused? Can I explain if you are? Give me a question down below if anyone is confused so far. No. Okay, perfect. Everything makes so much sense. I love when that happens. So what that means is that we as humans, I'm going to actually take it one step further. Crystal clear. I love when I'm just so freaking good, baby. I love that. I love that for me. All right. Now, let's take it one step further. This is us again. Ignore these people up here right now. This is us again. Okay, this is us again. Now, I want you to imagine us as humans. We have almost like split down the middle. I want you to imagine we're split down the middle. half of us is consisting of, I'm going to say the same words, but they all like mean this. Like I'm going to say different words, sorry, but they all mean the same thing. Okay, so the words are beliefs, assumptions, focus, or expectation, right? So we all have, I'm going to imagine in this example, that's not how everyone's brain is. I want to be very clear, right? But I'm just going to say that for right now. 50%, let's imagine that 50% of your dominant beliefs, assumptions, focus, or expectations is good, and 50% is bad, okay? I want you to imagine that humans in general are made up of half of the good, like the good beliefs, and bad, okay? I want you to imagine that humans in general are made up of half of the good, like the good beliefs, and half of the bad. Your ratio may be different. Your ratio maybe 80 bad, good, or 80 good. But I want to understand this one factual truth that will always remain a fact no matter what. Okay, and please continue to tap on the screen and look at, guys, let's get up to 10K likes. Please, please, please. That'll be really helpful. I want you to imagine more than anything else, this one factual truth be the truth, and I want you to tattoo it on your forehead in all honesty. Not right, but like, you know what I mean, okay? And that is, I'll write it down here actually. Whatever, ooh, is it raining? Whatever you believe to be true is what you are attracting / experiencing now, no matter what. No matter if it's good or bad, okay? So I want you to imagine the universe has no sense of bias, 0 sense of bias. It says whatever you believe to be true, I'm gonna make it true. The problem is we're not really educated from a young age about auditing what we believe to be true. So a lot of usually what we believe is based on a few different things. 1 is the past. 2 is our 3D, what we are actually seeing. And 3 is our focus. Okay, and we could make 4 being like justification, but I'm just gonna keep it like this for right now. So what we believe to be true will always be what we are experiencing or attracting if we have not experienced it yet. So whatever you believe to be true will always be what you are attracting. The problem is we are made up of both good beliefs and both bad beliefs. The good beliefs are positively impacting our lives. The bad beliefs are negatively impacting our lives. This whole manifestation process is not about making the good even better. It's about taking the bad and making it good. So that this 50-50 ratio of half good beliefs, half bad beliefs becomes like 80% good and 20% bad. Hi, Brittany. Nice to see you. That's my lovely lady who is in Manifestation University, who's engaged now. Super casual. Did you get married yet? Let me know. Give me all the tea. You can DM me too. You don't have to like put that in public if you don't want to. But I love you to see you here. Can you align into a different reality that is more desirable? Always. Always, always, always. Good question. Keep that question. I'm going to circle into it in a moment, okay? I'm just taking you there very step by step by step by step, okay? So our good beliefs are positively wedding in April. I'm so happy for you, girl. Oh my goodness. I could literally cry. Because I totally remember on these lives when you were like crying and tearing up, and you had a little bit of trust issues with me, but I'm so grateful that you just like crying and tearing up, and you had a little bit of trust issues with me, but I'm so grateful that you just like listened to me and you trusted me and you trusted the process. I'm like, I swear I know what I'm doing. I've done this 1,000+ times before, over 2,000 times before. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. And look at you getting married. That's so great. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I literally just like glow for my clients' results. Like I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Had to work on the trust issues. I get it. I get it. luckily, look where you are now. You're such a different person, and I'm so proud of you. All right, I'm gonna continue with my little lecture. But if you wanna tell other people about how bomb-ass this experience was, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no. I'm so excited for you though. Please send me pictures of the ring, pictures of the wedding, anything you're willing to share. Like, I'm obsessed. I manifested a breast. Oh, I love that. I manifested a best friend. We met in the weirdest way. I'm obsessed. Okay, so let's continue just really briefly, okay? So you can always align to a new parallel reality. We're made up of good beliefs, we're made up of bad beliefs. Whatever you believe to be true is what you're either attracting to you next or what you're experiencing now. And a lot of times whether that's good or whether that's bad, right? So that puts us on game. I gotta make sure, what am I giving my power, good or whether that's bad, right? So that puts us on game. I gotta make sure, what am I giving my power away to? What am I giving focus or attention to? What am I in autopilot mode defaulting to that doesn't actually benefit me, right? And a lot of times, whatever we believe to be true down here is either our past defaulting to that doesn't actually benefit me, right? And a lot of times, whatever we believe to be true down here is either our past, our 3D, or whatever we're focusing on. Our past, our 3D, and whatever we're focusing on. So the problem is, what we believe to be true in many instances is just a giant lie. It's just a giant lie. And how do I know that? I want you to ask yourself one question. One question and one question only. Is this true for all 8 billion people on Earth? However many we have here. The answer is always no. And so if the answer is no, it means that you have the ability to opt in and opt out. The reason it feels so factual is because you keep giving your precious life force and energy to it. You keep validating it. You keep giving your precious life force and energy to it. You keep validating it. You're creating almost a negative feedback loop in the brain. And that's why this belief feels so hardwired and unmovable. Because every time you experience it, you validate it. And every time you validate it, you experience it. Right? So every time you experience something, you validate why this isn't the case for you. You could be in a situation where you say, you know what? I'm experiencing hard work for money and I know more is available for me, but I don't get why. And that validates that story. And then because you validate that story, you get more of that belief system. You get more of that experience in your reality. More expenses come up. You attract more money maybe, but then it all ends up going away to other unexpected things that came up for you. And then you validate the story again, and then you experience again, and then you validate the story again, and then you experience it again. If I wanted to be super picky, I could even add in focus, right? Because what we're focusing on is a big part of the issue. And if I was to be even more picky, I would say it's not even necessarily the focus. It's the story you make it. And if I was to be even more picky, I would say it's not even necessarily the focus. It's the story you make it mean. The story you make it mean. Now, why do I say that? I want you to imagine 2 identical women or men, whatever your preference, okay? I want you to imagine that person A gets broken up with and person B gets broken up with. And they're basically identical people in different realities. Option 1 is for person A is they get broken up with, and what do? They instantly default in their head, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, I'm a piece of shit, I don't know. And they go off to have very different love life experiences. Why? Not necessarily because they got broken up with. The breaking up thing is actually the neutral event, because person B over here gets broken up with and they're like, okay, just wasn't the right situation for me. Okay, I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna take the lessons from this, and I know that I'm still amazing, and I know that I'm still incredible, and it just didn't work, and that's fine. And they're gonna go off and have very different love life experiences, 2 identical people in different realities. Why is that? It's not because breakups are bad or evil. It's not because somebody standing up for themselves is bad or evil. It's not because having a boundary or having different goals is bad or evil. It's because of the stories you tell yourself. It's because of the stories you tell yourself when things seemingly go bad. Because that person could have broken up with you and you could have literally manifested in the love of your life next that would put a rock on your hand in the first 60 days of dating and is like, I want to be with you. You're the love of my life. You're everything I've been looking for. And they treat you 70 million times better than anything you've ever been treated before. But the reason that doesn't happen for you and the reason you keep attracting derivatives of your ex that have the same problems with commitment, even though it's a different person, that have the same excuses for commitment, even though it's a different person, that have the same types of behaviors as people from your past, even though it's a different person, is because you're stuck in a feedback loop. You're stuck in the feedback loop where my experience has been this, I validate this as my experience, I believe it to be true, so then I get it. And what is it that we believe? Either our past, our 3D, or what we focus on. That's what we believe to be true. So do you see how that can be royally screwing you right now? Because a lot of this stuff, the good stuff is positively impacting us. The not so good stuff is not positively impacting us. So it makes a lot of logical sense that if we want our life to get better, we've got to focus on where our dominant focus, assumptions, or expectations, however you want to put it, beliefs are bad. Think about it this way. Think about manifestation for 2 seconds when we come to this bad and good as like a report card. I want you to imagine you get an A in math, A+ in math, but you get a D in science. Math is A+, D is in science. You're not gonna get straight A's by continuing to study math when you have an A+ in it. But you are gonna have a better chance at getting straight A's when you study science and you make that an A, right? You make your D into an A. You've gotta be willing to work on your weaknesses and make them into your strengths, because that's the whole point of manifestation. That's the whole point of it. The whole point is to actually attract, as weird as it is to say, unfavorable situations to you until you wake up and learn the lesson. What is the lesson? The lesson is that the story you've told yourself since 77 years ago is a lie. It is a fallacy. It is something that you made up because that seemed like the most logical explanation at that time. It's not a fact that you can pick up and read in a book that you are not good enough. But it feels factual here because you can read in a book that you are not good enough. But it feels factual here because you've said, well, that person didn't commit to me, so I must not be not good enough. And here I am trying to understand your girl math. Here I am trying to understand your boy math. So you're saying to me, if someone doesn't commit to you, that just means that you're not good enough. You're saying to me, if someone doesn't commit to you, that just means that you're not good enough. Cute. Do you still believe in the Easter bunny too, and the tooth fairy? You're so silly. Good enough. That's cute. Do you still believe in the Easter bunny too, and the tooth fairy? You're so silly. You're so silly. Oh, but I love you so much, and I want you to see through this. That's so. Oh, but I love you so much, and I want you to see through this. That is so dumb. You are saying from I don't math on Saturday. I love that, Josh. I love that for you. You are the furthest thing from not chosen. And the fact that you think that that's true makes me want to put pins in my eyes, okay? That's what it makes this thing from not chosen. And the fact that you think that that's true makes me want to put pins in my eyes, Okay, that's what it makes me want to do. In my eyes. Okay, that's what it makes me want to do. I have so many points here. Man, this live is incredible. Please continue to like it up, guys. Let's get it to 10K likes. Let's get it to the 10K likes. Okay, so belief systems that you have. Let's imagine, like I said before, manifestations aren't going to come by continuing to focus on what's good. It comes from actually doing more shadow-like type of work. You've got to rewire the stories in your brain, because the stories are what's making it feel factual. The stories are based on your past, your 3D, or your focus. Because what we believe to be true is based on our past, our 3D, or our focus. And whatever you believe to be true is what you're attracting or experiencing no matter what, no matter if it's good, no matter if it's bad. So God says, tell me what you believe to be true and I shall make it so. So when you tell God what I believe to be true is money is hard to get. God goes, granted. I want you to imagine money is hard to get. God goes, granted. I want you to imagine Harry right now. Done. Done. And then life brings you situations, people, or scenarios that makes money harder to get. That makes money harder to get. Whether that's your car breaking down, whether that's more bills, whether that's you losing your job, whether that's still having a stable income but never being able to reach that car breaking down, whether that's more bills, whether that's you losing your job, whether that's still having a stable income but never being able to reach the actual for you. Money's hard to get. Wish granted. You said, I'm not good enough. Wish granted. I'm going to give you people that make you feel not good enough all the way through to your core. Not because God's bad, not because God's evil, but because God, I want you to actually imagine God, universe, source, whatever you believe in, is actually helpless in this situation. They don't want to give you that, but by universal law, they must. Because there is no such thing as being pardoned from something. That would mean the entire law of manifestation would collapse. I can't have a belief that says I'm not good enough and then attract people who make me feel good enough. So God's got to deliver me the bullshit, because otherwise I would just be that special snowflake that the law exempts. And the problem is we want to see God, universe, source as this merciful being. And it's not. Not because it's evil, but because it's as this merciful being. And it's not. Not because it's evil, but because it's saying, I told you, really true, I will align you to that parallel door. I told you, really true, I will align you to that parallel door where that true. Why you eat shit? I cannot make you believe better for yourself. You have to take 110% accountability for your situation. And as someone, right? As someone who was the more you try to get that pity pass from the universe, your life's only going to get worse. Your life is only going to get worse. The more you continue to be like, but poor me, but look at the hand I was dealt, but look at how this person hurt me, but this person broke me, but this person did this, and this person slept with the neighbor's cat. The universe, God, source, cannot be partial. There is no partiality. There is no plead your case and I will allow you to collect $200 and pass go. There is none of that, right? There is none of that. There's just do the work and receive the benefits. And you can receive the benefits of the good and you can receive the benefits of the bad. And I say benefits because there's always benefits in what you're choosing. There's always benefits in what you're choosing, because what you're choosing, you're accepting for yourself. You're not a victim to your reality, you're a creator of it, right? So the more you continue to feed into the bad, that's your personal choice. And you're benefiting from that because you get to feel validated by actually not being validated. Because it feels validating that every time this experience happens, you get that hit in your brain of like, yeah, this is just my story. Yeah, this is just how it is. Yeah, this is just who I am. And there's benefits in it for you to continue the victim parade and to keep it going. Are you willing to be temporarily uncomfortable for a long-term benefit? Because if you're not, I want you to just do this. Kiss your desire goodbye. Take it and put it into the shredder, because that's what it's gonna be. And I'm being harsh and I'm being severe, but is anything I'm saying a lie? Are you the person that exempts the law that gets to have crap beliefs and get what they want? If you are, then I'm gonna put all this down and I wanna hear from you. So you can teach us all on how we can have crap beliefs and get what we want. And that's never going to be the case. I hate to break it to you, but I actually don't. I say this so severely because you need to wake up from this delusion. You need to wake up from your sleep. You can believe when you're 4 years old in the Tooth Fairy and in Santa Claus and in the Easter Bunny, but you can't believe in yourself. Somebody explain that to me. Someone draw me a Venn diagram and explain that to me. Fear and faith require belief in something that is invisible. And the problem is you're stuck in a negative feedback loop and you keep choosing the fear. Not because you want it, but because it feels familiar and comfortable. But then your only choice in that type of situation is to pop a squat and get comfy. Pop a squat and get comfy, because nothing's gonna change until you change. Until you get your head out of your butt and you're willing to put your head down and do this work. Be comfortable then with people not choosing you. Be comfortable then with the lack of abundance. Be comfortable then that the business isn't blowing up. Be comfortable then that people make you feel like you're not good enough. Because that's the only option. There's only go through the shit or sit in it. When you go through the shit, you're still gonna get shit on your feet. You're still gonna get shit on your boots. That's not gonna go away. Are you willing to play the long-term game here? Are you willing to see the bigger picture? You want the big ticket results. You don't want the small little peon things. You want the big things. Big things require you to put on your big boy pants. Big things require you to put on your big girl pants and to handle business. You can believe. You can believe in the fear. You can believe in the good stuff. You can believe in Santa Claus. You can believe in the Tooth Fairy. But you can't believe in yourself. When you actually have an overwhelming amount of external evidence of other people's lives that are that good. Utilize their lives as external evidence for how things are going to turn around for you and watch it change. But if you continue to sit here and wait for reality to throw you a bone, as someone who did that for 3 years, I didn't get jack shit in the bean man. I didn't get a damn thing. Reality was merciless. It was cutthroat because reality has to be. Imagine if reality was like, you know what? I like Crystal. I'm gonna let her keep the shit and get the good stuff. But you know what, Judith? Man, I hate that bitch. Fucking hate her. I'm gonna make her suffer. And I'm gonna make her work extra hard in ways that Crystal never would. Could you imagine if the universe was like that? You don't want a partial universe. You want a universe that is fair. fair by race, fair by religion, fair by ethnicity, fair by socioeconomic status, fair by gender, fair by sexual preference, fair. Because then it just becomes about, did you do the work or did you not? This is an execution situation. Execute and be guaranteed the results. Because when you can bank on your execution, no one can take shit from you. All you need is to be that hardest worker in the room. You need to be the person that's sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's willing to put down their bullshit and pick up a new story, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels fake, even if it feels superficial, because newsflash, it feels the same for everyone. I didn't choose a new story and felt like rainbows and sunshine. I chose a new story and it felt fake as hell. It felt like crap. It brought back my old BS, but I continued with it because it was unacceptable to stay here. It was unacceptable to me. It sickened me to stay here. It sickened me. It sickened me to stay here. Your live is being flagged for harassment and bullying. Repeated violations could result in your live being discontinued. So somebody on the live reported it because, whatever, for whatever reason. And so this is why we can't have nice things. So I want you to thank the person that did that. And before I let you go, because now I'm gonna have to, is I want you to understand these key things. Because whether people like it or whether people don't, the law is the law, and this is how things work. This is how things work, right? And I'll do a quick plug before I let you guys go, since somebody reported the live, is please follow on my Instagram. I think their terms and policies are a lot better right now than TikTok's for these stupid flags that people do because of whatever reason that they're miserable with. So go to the link in my bio and add me on Insta and my Facebook group, as well as, like I mentioned before, I have 2 incredible offers right now that you just have to be a part of. One of them is the birthday offer. We have a new birthday offer this month where you are going to step in to the version of you that is loved, chosen, worshiped, adored, committed to long-term. And or you can utilize that same package for money, blowing up your business, blowing up your financial situation, and stepping into entirely different financial reality where money comes to you faster, easier, and better than ever before by reprogramming your limiting beliefs into positive ones inside of this one-on-one container. This is a 6-week experience for people who are really serious about taking it to the next level, and it's going to completely change your life. You're going to walk into this package and walk out of this package an entirely different person. I guarantee you that. But only come into this package if you're ready to do the work. Because just getting coaching with me or anyone doesn't solve your life problems. You applying what we tell you to is what allows your reality to get better. Nobody that's come into my world and gotten these supersonic results did so by sitting in the shit. They did it by saying, I'm done with the shit. I'm ready to put my head down and do the work, even if it's uncomfortable, because I'm looking at the long-term benefits for my overall life, right? And then the other offer is my Call in the one-month group coaching experience that I'm starting very, very soon. It's a live program, 4 weeks with me in this group container to totally and completely transform your love life in this setting. I'm going to be giving you all the things you need to become the person who's loved and chosen over and over and over again, by doing the self-concept work that you need to step into that reality, right? To go into a new reality and align yourself to a different quantum field, right? And so the information for everything is in the link in my bio. Please give me a follow over on IG. Thank you, Crystal. Follow on all platforms. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Please give a follow on my IG, guys. I'm definitely trying to grow that IG to more and more people. And I'm sorry about what happened today. You know, some people are just people. And it is what it is. You know, I wish them well. Wish them well because they need it. And I will see you guys very, very soon. If you have any questions about the birthday offer, if you have any questions about the Call in the One 30-day experience to step into the version of you that's loved and committed to, send me a DM. But you can download it directly in the link in my bio. Okay, we're going to be starting very, very soon. And the birthday offer is only good for this month. And after the first 5 people get it, the price goes up by $200 until all spots are sold. So you cannot wait